It's quite revolting, isn't it? Watching Fine Gaelers like Leo Varadkar's Simon Harris trying to spin their way out of the fact that 17 women are dead, trying to find someone to blame. Was it Tony O'Brien from the HSE? Maybe it was Mary Harney, and they all certainly had their part to play. But it's you, Simon Harris. The buck stops with you. You are to blame. So Simon Harris is trying to spin his way out with the fact that 17 women died because of a misdiagnosis after their cervical screenings. And it now looks like as many as 1,500 cases may not have been reviewed. And Simon Harris is trying to weasel his way out with the biggest health scandal in years by saying it's not his fault. In 2008, Fianna Fáil, with the Progressive Democrat Mary Harney in charge of health, outsourced the cervical screening to a US laboratory. James Riley from Fine Gael kicked up a fuss at the time. But what did they do once in power? Nothing. Fine Gael continued with the exact same kind of outsourcing policies. In fact, outsourcing escalated. And did they reverse this disastrous decision by Fianna Fáil? No, they didn't. Never mind that the laboratory in the USA has completely different and lower screening standards than labs in Ireland would have. So women were told they had the all clear. But then when they went for a subsequent cervical scan, realised that they actually had cancer. They lost that vital time that could have saved their lives. One of the women, Vicky Phelan, said her abnormality would have been detected by any lab that had any basic standards. Vicky has put up a brave fight against the Irish state, despite having terminal cancer. You think, considering that this was the case, that the Irish government would fast track compensation for these women. But no, they have to wait until they have another inquiry. Mary Harney, James Riley, Leo Varadkar and Simon Harris, all our right-wing health ministers, have all pursued the exact same outsourcing policies. This is the result. This is what happens when you outsource public healthcare to private firms where the bottom line is profit. Clinical Pathology's laboratories is actually owned by a huge Australian corporation called Sonic Healthcare. Now, Sonic Healthcare made $228.6 million in 6 months of last year alone. Their CEO, Colin Goldschmidt, got a total pay package of over $13 million in 2017. So 17 Irish women are dead, but the shareholders and the CEO of that company are smiling all the way to the bank. They reckon now that outsourcing in the Irish health services costs us about $4 billion every year. I mean, Waterford Hospital has outsourced over 7,000 patients to private clinics. And they pay the private clinics €150 a head for the consultation with the public health service patient. So if Simon Harris wants to find someone to blame for the death of these 17 women, he should look in the mirror. The neoliberal policies, the right-wing policies, the outsourcing policies of Mary Harney, James Riley, Leo Varadkar and Simon Harris have led to these deaths. Simon Harris should step down. But if whoever replaces him implements the same kind of policies, then these tragedies and the tragedy of the Irish health service will continue. So stick Simon Harris in the bin, but stick neoliberal policies in there with him.